Today, Kern County supervisors passing next year's county budget. In it, more than $200,000 for the Bakersfield Homeless Center. That money will provide an additional 1,000 meals for a month, each month for residents living there. According to our next guest, it's the first time the county of Kern has made this kind of investment in fighting homelessness, and they're asking the city to make a similar pledge. Supervisor Leticia Perez joining us live now to discuss that issue of homelessness. Supervisor Perez, thanks so much for being here. You, in addition to being on the board of supervisors, serve as the president of the California State Association of Counties. Essentially, that's an advocacy group that works with counties when new legislation is implemented throughout the state. Homelessness is an issue that the CSEC is taking on head on, and you have an announcement to make tonight about funding, additional funding that is going to be for the first time brought to Kern County, in addition to that $200,000 we're talking about right now.
Yes, thank you, Tim, for the opportunity to discuss the reality that is before us. We have an unprecedented challenge with homelessness, substance abuse, mental health crises all around us. And we also have an unprecedented opportunity. And I'm proud of my board for stepping forward today and making an unprecedented investment into the homeless shelter. It is the facility that houses our homeless women and children. The average age of a homeless person is usually under 10. So we are talking about the most vulnerable people in our community who really rely upon the rest of us to help balance out the needs of a complex and diverse community. And so today was a move in the right direction that we have never seen before. The director of the homeless shelter, Lewis Gill, has indicated that in 18 years he has not seen this kind of investment. I am thrilled and hopeful that the city will make a similar investment and that we can take this partnership to the state for a September 25th deadline where Kern County can get, again, an unprecedented almost $500,000 by October to launch the first ever aggressive outreach to our most vulnerable for wraparound services right here in Kern County. It's going to take, of course, an incredible collaboration, and I'm excited to challenge my colleagues and other members of this community to meet the task, and let's bring home these dollars. Let's solve this local problem right here, right now.
And Supervisor Perez, just to separate the issue, so today $200,000 is coming out of the general fund next year to address those extra meals at the homeless center. You're calling for and hopefully trying to get $300,000 from the state to specifically target the mentally ill, the most vulnerable homeless population in Kern County. Talk a little bit about, again, the timeline of that money, what you hope county leaders can do with this money, and the impact it can make.
CSEC made homelessness the #1 priority this year. That means that all 58 counties agreed that homelessness is the #1 issue facing counties. So Kern County is not alone, but we have to be innovative in how we show collaboration to the state of California so that we can compete for dollars we've never really competed for before. Because Kern County and 57 counties around this state made homelessness a priority, we got $700 million from the governor and the legislature that we can apply for immediately if we are able to show an unprecedented collaboration. So I am excited that the investment we made today, coupled with the city's investment, will mean for us the first formal step of collaborating and breaking out of the silos that we have had separate us from opportunity and economic advancement in this area. And so September 25th is the deadline. My colleague, Supervisor Zach Scrivener, as well as Willie Rivera at the City Council, Mike Turnipseed at the Taxpayers Association, and a broad coalition of folks that really care about these issues will show a kind of collaboration we have never seen before, unprecedented in government, and it will make us eligible for nearly $500,000 that we could get by October this year.
Yeah.
It's astonishing.
And Supervisor Perez, I want to also distinguish something. So a few weeks ago, the 10-year plan, a renewed 10-year plan to end homelessness was discussed at the county level. This is separate. There is no funding yet really earmarked for that plan that was unveiled a few weeks ago. This new funding you're proposing and trying to get to the county, talk about how you talk about these wraparound services. What does that mean? How are you, the critics of this plan may say the county can throw money at the problem. There's been funding discussed in the past, but is this just kicking the can down the road, or is this really going to make an impact? So talk about what the goal of this $300,000 would be by October, and what the services would be met for folks.
Wraparound services addresses actual issues and the condition of the person in front of us. We know that the majority of homeless people today have serious, mild, and consistent untreated mental health issues. We know from past experiences and best practices around the state and where the data is that if we address the issues of mental well-being, housing, job skills, and holistic well-being, that we save money, we have get away from this crisis that is really terrorizing the entire neighborhood, from folks who don't know what to do, who are afraid of others, but want to see improvement made here. We have an opportunity to do that by putting forth a post-partisan political action team that will comprise of people devoted to local issues, a local cause that will demand solutions right here, right now in Kern County. So this is an unprecedented, exciting time, and frankly, in the spirit of John McCain, our beloved American hero, he has even put forward this kind of bipartisan solution making to local problems. And it's where we need to be. I'm excited about it. My colleague Supervisor Scrivener's on board, as is Willie Rivera. Louis Gill from the homeless shelter is thrilled to have an unprecedented partnership. We need to compete for these dollars late September and bring them home in October.
And you talked about just the impact. I mean, we talk about the leaders here in our community, from Congressman Kevin McCarthy, all of you at the Board of Supervisors, as well as the city. From what I hear and reading between the lines here, this is really an opportunity, it seems, for Kern County to show not only its political clout on the national stage and what it can do, but also to put that the politics and put your folks, the money where the mouth is, right? We've been talking about this issue. Does it seem like we can get this done, and this is something that we can turn this political capital that we have here in Kern County into action? That's what I think I'm hearing from you.
We need to flex some political muscle. We have very powerful people emerging on the political stage in Kern County. We have to use that in a post-partisan way to prioritize the needs of this community, putting all else aside and focusing on this crisis right here, right now. I'm all in. I know my colleagues are in, and we're excited to show the community we can come together despite the political complexities of this country and deliver for our people. We can and we must, Tim.
Supervisor Leticia Perez, on an important day today, announcing $300,000 you're trying to get for the county to deal with mentally ill homeless. We're going to keep this conversation going. Leticia Perez, so much, we're out of time now, but thanks for your time today joining us live.
Thank you for your support.
All right, and our conversation today, one of many we've had with the community here on the topic of homelessness. If you want to be part of the conversation, you can read more about the issue in Kern County and see our continuing coverage on it on our website, turnto23.com.